Hello and welcome to this episode of Tuning Tips by CS Tuners, where I share how the best-in-class companies achieve 28% higher net revenue retention.
Hi, Andreas. Thank you so much for having me.
And welcome to this episode of Tuning Tips by CS Tuners, where I share how the best-in-class companies achieve 28% higher net revenue retention.
Yeah, and there's quite a few questions there, Andreas, together. So I'll try to, do my best and break it up a little bit. So I think the first response is the most obvious one is your ability to actually get hold of the right set of data, right? And have the right data model, which is really a no-brainer. But it is somewhere most organizations struggle, and their implementation of predictive analytics and associated technologies fail because right there, the quality and the structure of the data. With customer success platforms such as SmartKarrot, we are lucky to that extent because we already have, by virtue of the standard business cycle, access to high quality data already. Now, the first step for any organization trying to do something like this is to obviously have a good sense of the quality of the data you have. And then most organizations also fail, and we have seen a few and burnt our fingers ourselves, is you try to boil the ocean too much with too many things being attempted together. With something like this, it's probably better to start small and then increase the pace of adoption much faster. The obvious examples of churn prediction and who to upsell to and are there. But I think the learnings we have had also is there is significant value in also peeling the layers across other aspects of predictability. Now, the way I have looked at it is there is, and when you marry this with the CS ecosystem, that there is the knowing aspect of things. Do you know, and do you know it early enough, which is really the predictive part of it? And once you know, what are you doing about it? So I'm sure the percentage you mentioned of high performers in your survey are just not sitting idle knowing about it. They're actually doing something post that so that it impacts the outcome. So that's the other important learning, that you have to connect the wires on both. Because there has been predictive algorithms and technology for a long, long time. Why it does not see the ROI is actually because of not being able to take action on what you have already predicted. So just predicting is not enough. And again, I think customer success platforms are the right tools definitely to be able to align to both the knowing as well as actually doing it. So yeah, fair amount of learnings there. How do you optimize your overall processes? How do you look at, so we are all aware of playbooks, for instance. You can have predictive technologies aligned towards optimizing those as well over time, because that's really one way to view the knowing and the doing together is through the playbooks. Actually, we are operationalizing a lot of those things. When to initiate one, that trigger can come from a predictive analysis and associated trigger. But then what you do and how you optimize your operations are equally important to actually impact the final outcome.
Yes, absolutely. I look forward to our next discussion already. Thank you so much for sharing your insights.
My pleasure, Andreas. Thank you so much.
If anyone in the audience would like to benchmark themselves and receive a personalized performance report, spend about 10 minutes and go to customersuccessperformanceindex.com. Until the next episode, I say goodbye and auf Wiedersehen.